Hello and welcome to week 3 of my account updates. On my account where I'll be spending a little each month, roughly in the region of £50, and seeing where that gets me in the new era of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So I think this is going to be quite a packed video this week because there's quite a few updates, things to go and get and unlock as well, and also things that have happened over the last week that I've also recorded. So yeah, let's jump straight into it, just going over the main farming updates. I think the big one will be obvious. So if we go to my farming plan, first of all, so far have not made any progress towards SLKR, but I guess I have in a way, or everyone has in a way, because I have unlocked the Lightspeed token for the second series of anniversary Lightspeed tokens, Emperor Palpatine. I won't use it just yet, but yeah, so it's here. So yeah, I have the Lightspeed token ready to go. I've got a separate video, just because this video will be way too long if I included it, a separate video on how I went about unlocking all of those Lightspeed tokens, which I'll link to just now. So yeah, go watch that if you're interested in some of the very lazy ways I use to unlock all of these characters, because there's 4 Lightspeed tokens in total that we got this time around. So a pretty sizable bump to the count, which you can see by the GP. I think we're up about 100,000 on last week. We got the Lightspeed token for Palpatine. We got 2 new ones for Phoenix, Chopper, and Captain Reqs. And we also one I haven't spent yet, which is the Rebel Lightspeed token, which will be going to Captain Drogan, which we can do in a second. But yeah, so farming, I guess, has been very Lightspeed token focused in terms of progress. My own progress has all been about actual shard farming still. So I've chipped away at some of my normal energy farms. A lot of that is down to triple drops. But yeah, some good pulls and some nice progress on the normal farms. Starting to pick up the currency farms as I go on. The ones I'm really focusing on are Jin and Cassian for profundity, and also their whole monthly. Just when I remember picking Jin up with the Mark 1 currency, and Cassian, I don't have any, but yeah, using the squad arena currency. So yeah, making progress there. And then the other progress has been on ships, slowly but surely plugging away on these rebel ships, again starting to pick these up through fleet currency. Really fast progress on the 2 X-Wings, because they're super easy to farm, and I'm looking forward to not having to worry about those and save the fleet currency for more important ships. Not that I'm spending all the way down, I'm keeping some in reserve, but yeah, just have a little bit more of a buffer for fleets like Razor Crest and Biston's U-Wing. Biston's U-Wing, that's already over 50 shards. Since I noticed that you can get Biston's U-Wing from Get 1, it of course has not appeared in Get 1. I think it has once, so I should be able to start making faster progress there. Raven's Claw Outrider, helped a lot by triple drops, really starting to see good progress there. So that's the main farming. We'll jump back to the characters for some unlocking. So yeah, Emperor Palpatine just unlocked this morning, UK time. I did for the shock feat, which you did need to unlock this token. I bumped up to like level 60, gear 5, so just to get that done easily and quickly. But yeah, that's not really any investment, and I think one level on this. So yeah, practically 0, no investment so far. So let's take up to relics. So yep, I'm just worried something's going to go terribly wrong. And it's buffering, which, have I cursed it? Okay, so something did actually go wrong in that my game froze. Bit of a Matrix moment in that I seemingly broke the game with my pessimism. Never mind, we moved on. I can't believe that happened. Yeah, so up to relics, got the 2 Zetas, which is great. I don't even have both Zetas yet on my main account, just because I think is unique. Yeah, is unique. Good. It's just maybe a little bit of a luxury, especially because in the late game, he becomes less and less used. That will probably change with the new Darth Vader. But yeah, so straight on with 2 Zetas, which will be fantastic. I'll be able to get actual use out of him as well as him being a requirement. So let's start pumping him up. I don't know if that's fine to say on YouTube. I'm sure. Yeah, let's get him up to Relic 7. Better. Beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, this is the real advantage I've noticed of the economy, just having all of that relic gear to hand just from Mark 1 and Mark 2 raid currency. Watch, probably have miscounted. Don't have enough, but we should be fine. And all of the signal data. I've actually slowed it down a bit on the signal data and started actually diverting some more crystals to mod refreshes, because I've actually noticed with all of the Lightspeed tokens I'm getting, and of course I have bought Lightspeed bundles, it's almost a similar effect to buying loads of Lightspeed bundles on like a big spending account, in that you're just getting all of these new characters that you can't really mod quick enough. Of course, the Lightspeed tokens have Zetas, which is great, which is the big problem with Lightspeed bundles. But I saw already that I was really starting to fall behind in terms of mods, so I've slowed it on signal data for now, and I'm going to focus a bit on mods, and especially trying to get a good set for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So speaking of mods, I probably don't need to throw any on him at the moment for the event, but if we go to the event, since ready, Part finalizer, here is 5 stars. I just didn't wave him up to me off. There we go. All of that hard work of buying a Lightspeed bundle, and we are ready. So I don't have any tickets yet. I won't go through the unlock on this video. I might make something separate. It's probably not too worthwhile, but I should be able to make progress, hopefully unlocking him just to 7 stars within about a week, hopefully less, and then slowly working on the ultimate, which is probably about 10. Yeah, it's 10 since an older one. With Galactic Legend tickets, I should probably quickly explain that. So the main way to farm these tickets will be through dark side battles, because he's a dark side GL. Yep, so these have now appeared. So when I do these, let's just sim a few and hopefully some turn up. They do. You'll get some dark side currency. It does take quite a while to only do this, especially because your energy is typically split among light side and dark side, and depending on what my farms are. So if we go to my live farms, we'll see that Veers is light side. So I think I'm in a position where I don't actually need them that quickly. So I'll pause my Veers farm for now. Range Trooper, I'll continue to farm him, and I'll farm whoever's on dark side ships. I think I only got 1 energy farm, normal energy farm, that's a ship in dark side anyway. But I'll focus on the dark side farms, and then also I'll put the rest into maybe farming Chirotech or some other gear, just to accelerate those tickets a bit more, because you need to unlock. The other way to get them is through shard shop currency. I don't have quite enough at the moment, but I think I should have some bronzy impacts I can open. I might buy 1 or 2 of these. I'm not in a terrible rush for SLKR. It'd be nice to get them sooner rather than later. So I'll probably try to pick up a couple of these, but this is quite a good source for gear for me at the moment, even gear that I need for SLKR. So I might use this until I have enough gear for SLKR, and then start using shard shop currency on these tokens. So yeah, it'll be a while till I get. And I should explain for maybe newer players, the currency is only to get his ultimate. So if we go, I should probably favor him, because I am working on him. Where is our boy? There we go. I did favor him. Now just mine. So he has abilities like everybody else. They each require Zeta, which is quite expensive, but he also has this thing called an ultimate ability, which sort of loads up a bar, and once that bar is full, you get to use this huge powerful move. This requires ultimate mats to use, and the way you earn ultimate mats is by spending those sort of red side currency. So I can get him up to relics and use him somewhat before I complete farming all of these, but you won't be at his final form and that is probably going to be a good few weeks down the line. Yeah, as I said. So yeah, that's SLKR. Next up would be all of the other Lightspeed tokens. So I have gone through all the quests and showed the Phoenix team, which is online now pretty much. I'm really excited by them actually. Let's go back to them. Look at that. So I pretty much a full Phoenix team ready to go, which is pretty incredible. I might have enough. I'm running a bit low on these. I'm sure I can. This just picked up a wee few. I can bump him up to like Relic 2 or something for now. I might even take him to Relic 5 as soon as I'm done with SLKR. Maybe not higher for now while I work on other priorities, but it'll be good to have him as a bit of a driver of the team, especially with things like Relic Delta. It'd be nice just to have them like baseline Relic 3 and then a bit higher for Captain Reqs. Kanan, in a while, I'll be able to apply a Zeta, which I think would be helpful. I'll see how the Soul Battle goes first, because in the past, it's very helpful in order to complete this Soul Battle. Up to 90 Zetas thanks to those Lightspeed tokens, but I'll need 120 for SLK, so not spending any more. So yeah, Phoenix team pretty much up and running. Will help in Conquest quite a bit. Easy mode, which I'm in at the moment, easy enough, I guess, ironically. Well, likely, completely expectedly. But when I start getting into like medium, sorry, I'm Scottish, so I say medium. When I get into medium Conquest, this team is pretty good at that level. Maybe not a hard mode, but it's a solid Conquest team as well as SLKRB. So yeah, the only other Lightspeed token that I have for the moment, where in Zero should we go? So yeah, from the start, this is who I wanted to apply the Rebel Lightspeed token to. I guess I am having spenders regret. No, I'm not, because he's a Cantina farm, and I was just thinking, could I spend this Calcatarn and not wait a few extra weeks for him? I don't need Calcatarn yet. I don't have the rest of the fleet up and running. I think I'd just like to get this out the way. Drogan, I will absolutely need Cairo 10 character requirement for Leia, key player in Leia's team, and I think could have some plug and play usage early on. I could probably find some use in some random teams, and you will get two. Oh yeah, that's pretty important. To be honest, 2 Zetas, bit of a no-brainer really, to get Captain Drogan. It's my first faction Lightspeed token. Okay, so apparently the game's decided crash every time I spend anniversary Lightspeed token. It's fine, I still get the character relics. I don't know if this is happening for anyone else. Not a big issue, just a little bit annoying. But yeah, so another relic. Why it's good to get Drogan early as well, when his ship becomes farmable, which just checking it's not at the moment. You'll be a core member of the whole 1 fleet, which is much improved with his ship. So again, he'll be another candidate for early relics when I get those. At the moment, don't really need to do much with him. I'm sure I can use him in GAC in some random team. Actually, that reminds me, it's half an hour until GAC lock. So I'm just going to resave my roster, and if I remember, I might put some mods on Palpatine. Not that it probably, Please don't judge me in my mod so far. I've just started the refreshes, so I'm just gonna chuck on anything really, just whatever has any speed whatsoever. Potency, that's actually good for Palpatine. Let's see if I at least have a potency arrow and arrow cross. Hey, look at that, 3 speed and potency cross. Then perfect, an absolutely all-time mod there. I mean, it could be worse. Yeah. And we'll finish with, hopefully, I surely have a speed arrow. I do. I really want to see us. Let's just go full potency. Why not? Because are these the best mods in the world? No, they're just placeholder. I think I'll be able to get a little bit of use out of him in C with Vader, who is also a relic. So this should be a relic Delta nightmare for unfortunately new accounts. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit of something, at least in the right direction. And let's just have a quick look. Am I anyone important not modded? I don't have mods on Tarkin at the moment. Yes, I guess it's 3v3, so he'll be the third in the team, I'm sure. Again, at this stage, I'm just looking for anything. Let's just get some good old speed. He also doesn't mind potency. So again, please don't base any modding off of this. This is panic modding on terrible mods. And this will bump the GP up a bit as well, which is always flattering. Okay, so we're starting to get some tools. I've got some very basic mods on the Phoenix team. That will be another good tool. Oh, and that's another thing actually. While we're on the subject of JC, I have, I believe, 2 Omicron saved up. I will only spend one because I want to spend the other on Padawan Obi-Wan. Is that helpful 3v3? No, but I think since we have the Phoenix team as one of my only usable teams, I may as well. I think 3v3 with Phoenix, you only get these stat increases for Reqs. I guess that's good. It will really come into its own in 5v5 for early Grand Arena, and then even still has some uses late game. Occasionally people drop Inquisitors. So, yep, perfect use of an early Omicron. They're really starting to come together. First Omicron, I don't think there's any other Omicrons I think it would only be Drogan. I could, and I will, probably once I unlock Leia. Not really that is a rebel type. Later on, I can maybe get creative and put him with, like, I don't know, Caden or something, and he can maybe do something annoying, but for now, can't do Reqs. So I think that's it in terms of updates. It's quite a lot. We're approaching the 2 million, and I think once SLKR is unlocked, we'll be pretty much there, along with a lot of the sort of pilot and ship upgrades. Like, I've just got Biston up to 7 stars. That's more. So yeah, I'll start to, once I'm clear of SLKR, I think I've got more than enough Gear 12 stuff. I'll start to take characters like Biston and Scarf, Rebel, Pathfinder, and maybe a few others up to Gear 12 to start getting them ready for that home run fleet. It's not quite there yet, but yeah, we're getting there. Farming Dark Trooper for, I guess I won't reach there today, but we're getting closer to the end of the episode track. What we will do now is, I guess, quickly go over fleets. This is annoying. I was second, I think, not 20 minutes before my payout. Somebody has sniped me. The main suspects are, suspect number 1 is Antonio, because I was second and I got moved down to 6th, and that's in sniping range. So maybe Antonio, or maybe E-Revan, who is in my fleet shard, might have climbed on me and then moved up to first. I don't want to kick up that fuss over 175 crystals, but I'm going to keep an eye on this and be more vigilant at the end of my payout. But apart from that, it's been going well. Top 5 every day, a lot of firsts. I think relatively lucky that there's not more negotiators, which I really struggle to beat. And there always seems to be a path through, usually to first or second. So far so good. But I'm still working on those other fleets just so I'm ready when things get harder. So that's fleet. The other big thing to keep a track of is era. And to do that, I'll start through era shipments. So I've been quite consistent in finishing in the top 60, so getting 300 a day. I'm starting to drift down a little bit. So keep an eye on that. I don't mind getting the 200 a day either, but I'm getting very close to that first Lightspeed token. Should be, let's say, 3 or 4 days away from that. And as I've said, I think that will be Padawan Obi-Wan. Just so when next Conquest rolls around, and actually even maybe the end of this Conquest, depending. I don't know if I need a Zeta for this. If I don't, I could maybe I don't really need him, to be honest, for easy mode. But yeah, so I'll get Pow nice and ready for medium Conquest next time it rolls around, and then I'll start saving up for Cal Katarn, I believe, the pilot, the Raven's Claw. So that's been going well. We just had IG90 drop, so I will, I guess, briefly unlock him. which would be nice. And because I bought the episode track, I already have 20 shards of him. I think they were just on the episode track this time. So let's wait patiently for all of the fireworks. And this, is it just me, or that Afra green always makes me think of The Sims? I think she's throwing up a Sims crystal and smiting foes. It always looks bizarre to me. I don't know that for comics, but in my head, she's a Sims character. Yeah, so we have a few more shards. So I do have separate videos on the error system explaining things, but what happens is when a new marquee rolls around, we get the gear that we need to take this new marquee, so in this case IG90, to effectively catch them up with the level of the other marquee, which you should be able to get to either by the end of the sort of 2-week marquee cycle, or you'd be able to take this new marquee up to, in this case, level 15, and then complete the challenges, the Coliseum challenges you couldn't, and then you'll have enough gear to even catch up if you couldn't reach level 15 before. So this is effectively just to catch everyone up, so they're now all at level 15, and then the same will happen next time, so everyone will all be at level 25, and you also get the credits to do that. I was already able to get past level 15. I spent a lot of money to do that. Well, not to do that, to go past that, but yeah, so we should be able to level up IG, and also do another, I keep forgetting to do this, because I should really level them up first, just to make that easier. Yeah, I'm just going to go all the way as high as I can, really. Yeah, so already had that gear ready to go. I'm out of credits, so I want to spend, I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to get more credits somehow. I'll have to work out the best way to do that. Maybe not in this video. Yeah, let's get IG up to 4 stars. This should be nice and easy now. It's starting to feel a little better with getting them slightly higher gear levels and then protection, so it's starting to feel a little less just like absolute beginner stuff, but it's still not the most fun game mode in the world. So yeah, just completing the marquees I need to. There we go. I think that's as far as I can go, up to 4 stars. So we'll try a battle. This is not going to go well, because what happens is, as a little sneaky from CG, is before all of the extra units you got along the side scale to his level, when now IG is the featured marquee, or whatever they call him, so all of them scale to his level, and as you can see, IG is a lot lower level. I do have the gear, from doing the marquee, to take him, I think, up to level 25, but I do need some credits to do that. So that could mean a little more spending. I could use crystals, but yeah, that's a problem for another time. We'll just do a battle and demonstrate how badly this is going to get thrown as an auto, because they're just going to get wiped. Yeah. So I could do this before with Luke, and in theory I could just take him and do it and score the same. But I think you're incentivized to perform better. You need both of them up high. So yeah, that's for me to work on this week to get IG a little higher. And yeah, in terms of leaderboard, I've been slowly slipping down the top 60. You can see 3 days ago 52, for about the same. Yesterday 58. So I might slip back into the 200s. We will see. I'm pretty happy with the progress there. Okay, so just to finish off a couple more updates and what's already pretty long video. One thing I did this week, which I was quite surprised that was possible, and I can show you this because it's coming back tomorrow, is the Places of Power Assault Battle, which was on Saturday. So I was able to, I don't think we can show it here, but I might drop in a little bit of footage of me just completing that. I was able to complete that at CT1, so Challenge Tier 1, which is the level which you get to Zetas and also some Chirotech and some other finisher gear. Which is, I'd say it's the important one to get to for very new accounts. I was able to complete that CT1 with the First Order, not including Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, because I don't have him yet. Yeah, so I was able to complete CT1 with Huck, Sith Trooper, Kylo Ren Unmasked, and First Order Stormtrooper. And this is, I believe, entirely down to Relic Delta, because Challenge Tier 1, all of the enemies are at Relic 1. All of mine are at least Relic 5 because of the Lightspeed bundle. So you've got a Relic 4 difference, even more for Kylo Ren and Kylo Ren Unmasked. They have the maximum Relic Delta. So it was quite funny. They just absolutely obliterated them, which I don't think was possible before, and has made me reconsider my assault battle strategy a little bit, and maybe a potential update to my farming plan, because what's now possible, I think, is to complete at least Challenge Tier 1 with what I would say are non-optimal teams that you could effectively just brute force your way if you have high relics. Like, for example, I've just taken Emperor Palpatine up to Relic 7 and also Darth Vader at Relic 5. That might now just be enough to complete CT1 of the Empire 1. This is maybe not the best test because I think I'm pretty sure it is possible to complete that anyway with these characters, but this should make it a lot easier, and the same should apply for things like the bounty hunters, maybe for the Rebel Roundup assault battle, and maybe for a few others, just making it so you don't have to go out of your way to farm a specific team for an assault battle. You can use what you already have for requirement characters and just brute force your way maybe to CT1 and maybe even CT2. So it might be things like the Imperial Troopers, which I'm slowly working on, might not be super necessary. They would still be valuable because would make it more likely that you can reach Challenge Tier 3 with this team compared to the other ones, because at Challenge Tier 3, I think they're Relic 5, the enemies, so you don't really have the Relic Delta advantage. But it might be if you're only very early game and you're only interested in CT1, you really don't have to go out of your way to farm any teams, I don't think, anymore. And I think that's a pretty good change, and has made me rethink maybe some farming plans and strategies. So yeah, that's just a bit of an aside, but I think it's a relatively interesting development. I guess finally, in terms of what I'm recording today, the last update is Conquest. So I didn't mention this last week, but I've been slowly chipping away easy mode Conquest. The rewards are no good, but it is a means to an end, and that end is medium Conquest. And then once I'm 4 million, hard mode Conquest. So I've just been, when I have time, pushing through to the Sector 5. I should be able to do this. I mean, pretty much now I won't go through let's do one battle with the new Phoenix team, the one I worked so hard for. Yeah, I wouldn't normally use Ezra, but just for the fun of it, he's at Relics. He should hopefully be, there we go. Yeah, maybe I could just, if I'm capable of multitasking, roll through these while I chat a bit. I'm going to see if I can avoid Bad Batch. They seem to be my nemesis on easy mode Conquest. So yeah, I mean, with having a Lightspeed bundle, this is really a welcome part. But yeah, you do need to complete it to move on to the ones with better rewards, and you do get some tickets. I've got 640. Oh, I hate Jawas. Oh no. Okay, we're heading towards Jawas. So I do have some tickets that I can use for gear that I need for Supreme Leader Calderon, which is nice. But yeah, easy mode Conquest, you can't farm datacrons and you don't get that much currency. So yeah, just need to get through it, and next time I think I'll care a bit more, and by that time I'll have this team, of course, probably a little bit higher relics, but also I will have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren just to brute force to move right through anything that I struggle with. So yeah, I seem to run into difficulty with the Jawas before in this Conquest, so let's see how we get on. I have been very occasionally buying a refresh of Conquest Energy. I don't think that's optimal. Well, I know it's not optimal. I could complete it without doing a refresh. It's more of just a time thing. I don't have time to constantly log into this account and chip away at the battles when the energy naturally builds up. So I've just been, when I have time to sit down and play this, I've just been refreshing to get it done. So we are nearly finished. Let's hope this, so you can see how much easier having that team at Reqs makes things, which is pretty nice just to have a free full team. And I think it's the way they've ordered it, I think is pretty. See, the problem with this is that I was not around for this raid, so I have no concept of how to do this. Do I want to do this? What's this? I think we want to do that. Yeah, sorry, just didn't matter. This is easy mode. Yeah, I'm more struggling with this on my main account. Not struggling, just annoyed by it because I never played these raids. So all of these random mechanics, I have no idea. Okay, so that's good. And the reason I wanted to do this is because you have to remember to claim the final data disk, because that means you've completed easy mode Conquest. So next time, medium will be available, and I want to do a little bit of shopping on the Java scavenger. I need 100 of these for Supreme Leader Cattle Rend to take them up to Reqs, and I now have enough for that, which is great. A little bit left over. I also need some of these guys as well, which I'm just about have enough for. So yeah, not that much, but yeah, every little helps there. Yeah, next time is already a very long video. Next time I might go into this SWGOH events gear tracker I use. It is a slightly paid feature, but it does help me, or helps anyone keep track of gear they need for characters that they're working on that aren't necessarily unlocked like SLKR is, because I can't go in and see what gear he needs. So I've been using that to build up the gear ready for having him unlocked. And I think we'll finish just by going through my emails, just drilling. And these are just like rewards. This is the shameful 6th place. Let's skip around that. Oh, this is very interesting actually. I haven't got it on this account, but the web store mystery test, one of the options, I think they're all Spectre units, so there's only a handful of them, is Ezra Bridger Exile, the Conquest character. So if I can get a couple of those, that's some nice progress, because I'd love to make any progress I can on Conquest characters. So yeah, that's Harris good. And yeah, this is what I wanted to show. So I think at this point, like a month or even a couple months back, I think a month ago, we had Conquest milestones. So if everyone in the community defeated a certain number of bosses, everyone would get rewards. What's nice and maybe a bit cheeky is this account wasn't created when this was happening, but still get the rewards. I presume everyone will get these, which is pretty good. So these are for Conquest characters. Dark Trooper, Moff Gideon's decent in territory rewards, but maybe not that useful all around. But Bane, pretty much the best character in the game, even still. 20 shards is significant because you get 20 shards every time Conquest ends once you reach 4 million GP and can do Proving Grounds. So having 20 shards is effectively a month of progress for these characters, which take a long time to get if you're new. So this is really good. Darkside Ray, fantastic, because I'll have SLKR. Nice to have a bit of a head start on her. She'll be one of the characters that I focus on getting quickly. Bane, probably the most. And then also, this is the Stranger. This is the new Conquest character, the one that's actively being worked on. Obviously, I'm in easy mode, so can't do anything about it, but nice to have a bit of a head start, because it'll be a while before I can lock him. So let's claim those. Let's claim this. And yeah, let's just finish off by showing the stats for this week. So in terms of spending this week, again, only one pack this week. Like last week, it is on the error again. It was just to jump up and continue that progress, which has worked in terms of getting from the 100s, which I was slipping back into, back up to the 300s in terms of rewards. I'm still not convinced. Is this worth it in the long term? I'm going to try, I might spend a bit on currency, but I'm going to try not to spend on gear and see how that works out over the long term, because I don't want to just be constantly topping up with these, because I think at that point it's not going to be worth it in terms of what I'm getting in return. So I'm tracking this very closely. I've got whole spreadsheets, so I'm going to see how this shakes out. So far that's the £12 on the actual money spent in terms of the new Coliseum system. So we'll see long term where it's worth it, up to 91. Still obviously over budget, but not spending at the same rate as I did at the start. This is the Coliseum performance. You can see that over the course of the first week, I'd sort of slipped back down. I spent a little bit around this time, I think this day or the day after, or maybe here actually, and then was able to sort of maintain a consistent top 60 spot and then sort of rack up these. We'll see how that progresses. I suspect if I don't spend anything, either crystals or money on more ever currency, I will slip back down again. So it's a bit of a slippery slope, unfortunately. It's a bit very clever how they designed this FOMO leaderboard. And even when you know what it is, it's still very hard to resist the lure. And so yeah, this is my spending in terms of actual money. This is my spending in terms of crystals. I'm going to keep track of all of this by the end of there and see what it's netted me. I would be interested if anyone watching this did comment on their position and what they've spent. And I'd actually be most interested in people who haven't spent anything in terms of either crystals or money, to see how you're able to perform in terms of your weekly leaderboard position and how much of this era currency you're getting. It'd be good to know what's possible without spending anything, just so I have a bit of a reference when I talk about this. That would be fantastic. And then in terms of fleet, it's going pretty well apart from today, which was annoying, but continuing to maintain that top 5 position, which is nice. So yeah, that takes me to the end of a very long update. Might be a bit of a challenge in the edit, but yeah, thank you very much if you are still watching. That would be amazing. If you are, then of course I would love it if you give a like, subscribe to the channel. That'd be wonderful. And yeah, thank you very much and see you next time.